So I better hold on. Rock, rock, rock.
Oh, they indeed love their football here in upstate New York as you get a look inside Rocket Highmark Stadium in Orchard Park. Today it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Washington Commanders taking on the Buffalo Bills. And we are underway in Buffalo. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They start the drive with Cook. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
From the 39-yard line, here comes 2nd down at 6. Allen now looks to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Coleman. On the gain of 3 on the play. And that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4. When you look at this defense, they're right around the middle of the pack, number 15 in the NFL against the run.
And being able to set the tone early in this game, because when you get down to it, it's that sign that we saw in their football facility when we visited with them. The one that said no explosives, no big plays, no chunk plays. That's what they've got to take care of.
Now Allen. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. There he goes, right side. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Jonnu Smith, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bills march right down the field with 3 plays to claim the early advantage. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
Ready,
looking to put a drive together.
Here we go. Set. 19, Charger, 19.
Look at this, a tight end carry. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Well, this defense for the Bills, very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
And what keyed their victory? The pass rush. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks, and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well. Hard to throw the ball downfield when all you're seeing is opposing jerseys come at you.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
18, 5 in. Cowboy 80.
Now Daniels. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down. Partner, we had their game last week where they had 6 sacks, so a little bit more momentum here again in the first quarter.
And last week it appeared that they were coming out of sprinters blocks, chasing the quarterback. So how do they continue that? How do they keep making it happen? Different looks, different disguises, different angles that they chase him.
They were so disruptive last week. We'll see what the trend is here as we go forward. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. 3rd down and 13.
Come on.
Here's Daniels. And that will be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
On 4th down, Matt Ariza sent on to punt. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. On the return is Williams. A great return there, bobbing and weaving his way for 31 yards. And the Bills are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. Washington looking for another timeout, and they get it. And that's their 2nd charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On play action, Allen. He's got this to Williams, complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Jamison Williams, 39 yards. And the Bills are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. 14.
Commanders nothing. Tyler Bass to kick off for Buffalo.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
Washington takes over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Out there setting ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
2nd and 10. Daniels looking to throw. Slings this deep from McLaurin. It's caught inside the 25. And finally taken down at the 15. A huge play there for Washington. 61 yards.
Seems like all the fireworks in this first quarter have been on the other sideline, but here they're saying, hey, we've got some explosive guys on our side too. And that's a big play in a game that's looking like it might be full of big plays.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. They go play action. Daniels. That's to Lane. He's got it outright. A gain of 8 there on the play. And they'll be left with second and a couple.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
Ready? Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
Slot man moves right. They'll fake it on the jet sweep, but instead a handoff up the middle. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. 3rd and 2.
Let's go. 60 Bobcats, 60 Bobcats. Ready?
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3.
That's good.
Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play. The first drive this unit had, they punted. This drive, much more polished, just looking crisper, aren't they, moving the ball?
Maybe the first drive was a little bit of a wake-up call. Probably a little bit angry that they had to punt the ball away the first time they had it. Got motivated, got to the sideline, said, okay, let's not let that happen here as we take over again.
COVID-19. Ready, ready?
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1.
Good work there, holding them out on 1st down, and this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2, maybe even 3 more plays?
2nd and goal from the 1. And now the Bills are going to stop it as they call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Cowboy 80.
They'll try to run this one in. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Commanders. A great play there. His 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Commanders have cut it back within a score. So, partner, it was a passing game that drove them down the field, but when they get close, they trust that man in the backfield, and he took them home.
And they trust their offensive line as well, because so many of these units, they specialize in either pass protection or run blocking. This group shows its versatility and gets both done on this drive.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make our score 14-7.
Commanders 7.
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one. Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know, the converse is, though, you've got to win those one-on-one blocks. And when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Allen. This is Smith with a grab. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
Oh, that's a nice job of clearing space in the middle of the field for your tight end. He's going to start behind the line and run an angle route, hoping to kind of get lost in the middle of the field. And this is put right on him, and he's able to pick up a first down.
first down carry for Davis. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down.
The Bills at 2-0 here to begin the season. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Ball placed at the 45 for 2nd and 5.
Back to the ground, this time Cook. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
You talk about this Washington defense.
They've been pretty solid against the pass. Toward the middle of the pack, number 14 in the NFL.
And you see the starting unit here, but really, you're going to see a lot of different personnel, a lot of different packages as they rotate in and out throughout the game.
A yard all they need, but it's 3rd down.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. Yes, it's the first half, but we'll see if that stuff there on 3rd and 1 comes back to haunt him.
I hope you don't mind, but it's not going to stop me from putting a check mark next to this play. Let's look back as this game progresses and see if this is one of the key plays in the game, even though it occurred early.
37 yards on the punt with no return.
And the Commanders will take over, but backed up deep in their own territory.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
2nd and a couple.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground.
And this is going to be a Commanders first down as he'll take this forward to the 27.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Come on. Past the 60.
Throwing now is Daniels.
And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test him early, but they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Shot.
Off the play fake. Daniels.
Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
5 yards on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Ready? 18 Cardinal.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. The Washington with the football here to begin quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. To the air goes Daniels. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
Here's Matt Ariza now.
Yikes. Terrible kick headed straight for the sidelines.
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Play action. Now it's Allen.
Got it complete to Khalil Shakir.
And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. As long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
But that's what they have to do more defensively. Not just getting sacks, but they have to keep getting in his face. Not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey.
I've been flying out of town for some peace of mind. It's like always, they just want a peace of mind. I've been focused on the future, never on right now.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Here's Allen to throw it. Setting up the screen for Cook. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide, and these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. To throw, it's Allen.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And the Bills are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Well, he does have 1 touchdown in the game already, and while this one won't go for 6, it's enough to get him 1st and goal. But you and I both know he's going to be a little upset he didn't cross the goal line for a 2nd time in this one.
Might want the ball here on the next play. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Kept it in his hands and tried to push it across the goal line himself, but the defensive front wouldn't allow him to do so, bringing up 2nd down and a bit farther.
Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. To the air, Allen. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
The way he's been slinging in the first half, you expect everything he throws to go for a touchdown, but I guess he's got to wait to try and pick up that 3rd, isn't he?
Yeah, I thought he had him for a 2nd, but you're right, not to be.
And this offense on third down today, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and goal. Allen going to throw. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
The kick by Bass is good. And the Bills will add on to their lead. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense. So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well.
Let's go now. 19, Tiger, 19.
To throw is Daniels. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Landon Jackson in there to bury him for a loss of 11. An extra defensive back here for the Bills on 3rd down.
Cut up. 70 Lions. Drop 60. Drop 60.
Operating from the gun, Daniels. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Washington going to send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines.
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing now is Allen. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Good work after the catch, going to net him 23 and a first.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Out of the shotgun, they'll run with Davis. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Allen.
Quick hitch, complete. It's Smith. That'll give him 8 that time. And now we've got a 3rd down and 3.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting into the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
They'll come up now, 3rd and 3. Now Allen. This ball nearly intercepted. A once-in-a-season chance for the big fella, but he couldn't corral it. 4th down, straight ahead. Tyler Bass out for the Bills field goal.
From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle.
The kick by Bass is good.
And the Bills will add on to their lead.
So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Well, this hasn't really been a first half to remember on either side of the ball, but I think this kind of makes this an important drive. You'd love to get this back to a one-score game if you can, and that's good work there to get some yardage here and pick up the first down.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
This defense is really fooling around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13.
Here we go, 18 Rattler, 18 Rattler.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground.
That's a good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line.
That's a gain of 13 as they try to whittle away at this 13-point deficit. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. 6 yards there on the keeper at 2nd down. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. Back to throw. Daniels. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up fourth down. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
And this will be a long field goal if the skies were clear, but here in the rain and the elements, they'll go for it on fourth.
19. Ready.
Daniels going to throw for it.
And Allen's got it. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one.
So they convert on fourth, and now from just outside the 30, here's 1st and 10.
Looking to throw. Daniels. And that's complete to McCaffrey. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be second down.
Working out of the gun, Daniels.
Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Lane. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
3rd down and 1.
Ready. 19 Tiger. 19 Tiger. Let's go.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And this one is incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple of big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1.
Back on 80.
Now Daniels.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over.
The Commanders went for it, but they cannot pick up the first.
And this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive.
Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the second quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3.
Taking it right down Broadway. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. James Cook as the first half is winding down. And the Bills would extend their lead here just before halftime.
Tyler Bass now for the point after.
And that one pushes the lead up to an even 20.
Makes the score Bills 27, Commanders 7. Tyler Bass.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot. I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, 2nd and 10.
Here we go, here we go. Ready.
Here's Daniels.
Slings this deep from McLaurin. And that's going to be incomplete. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And his throw here is incomplete.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
10 yards to go.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
18 Cardinal, 18.
Back to throw. Daniels. That is caught. And he's going to have a Commanders 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That's a nice play there.
And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. He really hasn't been able to get on track running the football, averaging less than 4 yards a carry.
Yeah, I think that they're going to enjoy the film session because all the defenders are filling their proper gaps on just about every play. And you know what they always say for a defensive coach? When I click off this film, I better see 11 jerseys in the picture going after the ball carrier.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 45 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a 1st down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
2 1st downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10.
Ready, go.
Daniels looking to throw. And that's going to be incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Ready. 19 target.
Looking to throw. Daniels. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's got a 1st down as a tackle made at the Bills' 37. A solid gain of 15 yards and the sticks move.
7-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 37-yard line.
19. Ready.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32.
And that's the thing, the beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
Second and 5.
Here we go. Shot. Cowboy 80. Ready, right?
Daniels with a give to Krosky Merritt.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down.
You got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
Ready.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Liking 18.
Operating from the gun, Daniels. And this is going to be incomplete.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on third down.
Out is Jake Bates to try the field goal.
It'll be spotted on the right hash, a 52-yard attempt. And that is no good. Hit it well from distance, but he couldn't work it back in, and that will keep the deficit at 20.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground.
And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line.
Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that would look like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
Allen now looks to throw.
Has his man, it's Shakir.
So the completion good for just 3. And that'll make it second down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
From the 42-yard line, here's second down at 7.
Inside give to Davis.
And he's going to be stopped close to the first down marker at Washington's 12-yard line.
It's 37.
Well, partner, they've been running it well the entire game, and the big guys up front, they're a huge reason why. And now they're reaping the benefits as they continue to open up big holes and gain nice yardage.
They need 2. Here's third down.
Allen.
Oh, and that is incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. And that one will be no good. He never had it on line. It's well wide to the left, and they will not be able to add on to their 20-point lead. So it's an empty possession, and as a kicker, not the way you want to start your day's work.
And now each team's missed a field goal here so far, Brandon, so apparently neither guy is immune.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Get it. Got me lying.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
Here we go. Set. Cougar 19.
From the shotgun, it's Daniels.
And that is incomplete.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
Arises on to punt here as he gets this one away.
Here's Williams to return. It'll go as a 42, make it a 43-yard punt. 6 on the return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive.
And they've got to be a little bit frustrated about that last drive. Missed field goal.
Always hurts a team because, you know, you've put something out there, you've given yourself a chance, you're in range, and the ball doesn't go through the posts. But it's not something to panic about, I don't believe. Just keep playing and keep going.
And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
Second down and 8.
Now Allen. And complete right side to Cook. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And now it's 3rd and 3.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have the Bills' first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Up the middle to Davis. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down with a nice little gain. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
And here's Davis to run again on 2nd.
And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line.
7 yards there and a 1st down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Now Allen off the bootleg.
Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it.
And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
The defense did its job of taking away a quick throw, but that's only half the battle because they've got to get to him before he can make a run for it. A little bit late containing him there, so he makes a nice gain out of a play that looked like it was in trouble.
From the 38, Allen. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Coleman. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Keon Coleman, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Bills will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the third. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that stretches the lead all the way up to 27.
Commanders 7.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
He'll swing this out to Krosky-Merritt.
And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. 3 quarters have come and gone. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Buffalo. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Let's go. Steady.
To the air goes Daniels. On the throw, let him too much that time. It's incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Okay, ready?
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Throwing now is Daniels.
Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
The offense on 3rd down, not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Back to throw again. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Washington goes for it, but it does not pan out.
And the Bills are going to take over in excellent field position. First down, here's the run with Cook. Pretty nice, aggressive run there before being brought down just inside of the 30.
106 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Yeah, I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this fourth quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off the game.
And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be third and about a foot or two. Davis will try to run for it. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up fourth.
I have zero rooting interest in either team in this game. I only want a good game. But with all the offense we've seen from them tonight, it's kind of nice to see the defense step up and make a big play.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were ever going to get him in the backfield. Nice to see him get a stop. The kick by Bass is good. So the starting field position was terrific following the surprising turnover on downs, but the end result, only 3 points.
Simply stated, I think you have to look at that as a missed opportunity.
And able to get this out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD, but unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Back to throw. Daniels setting up the screen. Krosky Merritt. And he is going to lose yardage here. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. 3rd and 7 now.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
60 by Scoop.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived. And I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Washington going to send out their punter
as he's on for the 5th time here today. This is brought in at the 21. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They're looking at a 3rd straight win here if they can hold on. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
2nd and 11 at the 37-yard line.
A 10th carry in the game for Cook.
And not much room to speak of. He'll get about 3 up to the 41.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
And 7.
third down. Here's a run by Cook.
And this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Now on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback.
Okay, ready?
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest.
And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Looking to throw. Daniels.
That's caught left side by Simmons.
And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
They'll try and run for it. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
If he writes a book in the offseason, he ought to title it Undaunted, because where he is on the field, back on his own side, and goes for it, and gets it, I got to give it to him on that one.
Yeah, only thing you can justify it with is it was only a few inches that they needed. If it's 4th and 2, probably doesn't do it. Hey, he got it. Give him credit.
Yeah, but if they don't pick it up,
they're in trouble.
Yeah, they're giving points to the other team at that stage.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a pickup of 12 and a Commanders first down.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
That is into the hands of Krosky Merritt.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. It's a gain of 22 as we tick towards the 2-minute warning. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory. Down at the 31.
To throw is Daniels. He's into space past the 25.
And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line.
So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back.
They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Off the play fake. Daniels.
That's going to be caught by Samuel. So nothing doing there. And that will bring up second down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Ready? 19. Ready.
Out of the gun, they go with Krosky Merritt.
And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Cowboys.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line.
That's Matt Milano firing in from his linebacker position. The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's fourth down.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. Steady.
Daniels going to throw for it. And looking for McLaurin, but this is intercepted. Picked up by Maxwell Hairston. And the Bills are going to get the ball back on the turnover. They hold on 4th and goal. But with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
So it's a victory here for the Buffalo Bills.
Well, on one side of this, Charles, an impressive victory. On the other, I mean, you think about it, they scored in the first quarter, but then they didn't score in quarters 2, 3, or 4. They're going to have a lot of work to do before stepping back on the field.
Yeah, it'll be an interesting tape to analyze, won't it? Because why did it work in the first quarter, but nothing in quarters 2, 3, and 4? So we always talk about adjustments. You don't just wait till halftime. You do it series to series. They'll be working on that in preparation for their next game.
So for Buffalo, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll get to stay home again next week.
Meanwhile, for the Commanders,
they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll try to turn it around next week as they head to Atlanta for a matchup with the Falcons. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.